I'm Joy Kelly, and tonight I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite recipes. It's an arugula salad. Now, many of you might not like arugula because it usually tastes really bitter. This is the arugula that came off of our tower garden, and as you can see, it still has the roots attached. So it's super healthy and fresh and alive. Now this is a little bit bigger than I like to use for a salad. This is more like what I would cook with, but I'm gonna use some of this, and I've got my husband going over to get us a little bit more of the smaller stuff. So if he gets here before I'm done with the video, I can show you that too. So anyway, the arugula is the really important part. Now, you might not recognize this as arugula because sometimes when you go to the grocery store, they have that really stocky kind that's kind of got points on the end, and I don't like that as much, and for two reasons. Number one, it doesn't have as much surface area, so you can see how this leaf has a lot more surface area than something that would be kind of pointy like that would have. And this is going to hold a lot more flavor from all of the things that you're going to put into it. So this is a simple recipe. You can find this on my website, Cook with Joy, and you can find the recipe for this. I'll post it with this as well. But it's super easy. You only need a couple of ingredients. So the first thing is you need arugula. And if you don't have your own tower garden, I can show you how to get one. You definitely would like to be growing your own greens. But if you don't have your own tower garden, you could grow it in the soil, or you could get it at the farmer's market, or at worst, you could buy it from the grocery store. But your best arugula is going to be stuff that you grow. And I like to grow mine with, I used to use mine with the roots still intact. So arugula is the first ingredient that we're going to use. Now the next thing that we're going to do, and I like to use garlic in just about everything that I cook with. So we're going to use some garlic, and a little tip for using garlic is when you break the clove, use a big chef's knife to flatten it, and that will break the little skin, and then it's a lot easier to take the skin off. So you see, like that? So we're gonna mince that really finely, and that's gonna be the flavor for everything. So whenever I make any kind of a salad, I'm gonna put the garlic into it right away to get the flavor. Then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take avocado, and I like to get an avocado that's just on the edge of being ripe. I don't want it to be too ripe because I don't like it to be kind of mushy. And so I like to get them just on the verge. Now once an avocado is picked from the tree, that's when it begins to ripen. So say you go to the farmer's market and you find those ones that they have for like 12 for $1, put them in your refrigerator, and then when you're ready to have them ripen, then take them out of the refrigerator and they'll start to ripen. If you wait and let them ripen on your counter and then put them in the refrigerator, my finding is that they continue to ripen, and I don't like them to do that. So I want to keep them in the refrigerator until I'm ready to have them ripen if I'm buying them in bulk. So the avocado is the next thing, and you can cut them up. There's a couple ways that you can cut avocados. So I'm cutting this one in half. Now when I open it, I see that there's a little bit of brown in it. I'm not gonna want that brown. So I'm gonna trim all of that out because I'm really fussy about my produce, and that's how I eat more produce, is by being really fussy about it. And that's one of the reasons that I'm grateful for Juice Plus, because even though I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, I'm very fussy about how ripe they are, what the flavor of them is. And so the only way that I can get all of the fruits and vegetables that I need every day is to supplement my diet with Juice Plus. So that's something I recommend for everybody as well. And then the next ingredient that you're going to use are lemons, and these came off my friend Joan's tree, so they're awesome, they're fresh, and whenever I can buy produce from someone that I know, I'm really happy about that. So a little tip for using the lemon is I'm going to use this lemon squeezer, and I used to just squeeze lemons by hand, but what happens is you get a bunch of seeds in them. So I'm using this lemon squeezer, and notice that I've put it in kind of opposite of what you would think, but you put it the flat side down with the little round part up, and then I'm going to squeeze it into the actual salad. So I've got garlic, avocado, lemon, and then you might, if you want to. Now, one thing that people don't know about salads is that the oil that you put in it, you really don't need very much. Your taste buds on your tongue, there's thousands of them, but the most predominant ones are fat, salt, and sugar. So if you can feed each of those just with a little bit of one of those items, you satisfy your taste buds. So when you put the avocado onto the leaves, I'm going to smush it I'm gonna smush it into the avocado, into the arugula, so that each leaf is gonna be coated with the avocado. So I don't really need to worry about adding any extra oil. And what you'll find is that when you do add too much oil to salad, the leaf starts to sweat. And that's why when you get a salad at a restaurant that looks like it's in a pool of water, it's been sitting there too long and they've got dressing on it, as well as the lettuce actually beginning to sweat. So you want to go lightly with the oil. This is a lemon infused olive oil. My friend Andy Newell here in town has a place called Viva Oliva, and her olive oils are awesome. Andy, I need some of your olive oil. This one is not yours. Someone gave this to me. This is a Meyer lemon oil, and I'm just going to add a little bit of this. I'm just going to add a capful of this to the entire cooking process. So it's very, very, very low in fat, which is really what I want. Now the final thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to toast some pine nuts. And you can use pine nuts or you could use walnuts, either one, but I want to use some nuts for the added fats as well as for the extra crunch value that they're going to give. And you see how nicely toasted these are? Now if you were in a hurry, you wouldn't need to toast them. You could just use them raw. They would just be fine. But what I'm going to do is layer this all together. I'm going to do this right before we're going to eat. So that's why I haven't been doing it in front of you, because I want to make sure that my husband is back so that I keep the arugula as alive as possible until he's here. And then you could top it with beans or tofu, or if you use animal products, you could put some scallops or some shrimp or some chicken or steak, anything on it, and you're going to end up with a salad that is, you know, really a substantial meal. And I like to think about salads as being the base for my meal, and then anything else I'm going to add to it is going to either go on top or on the side. So often we see meals that the salad or the vegetable portion of it is just a really small amount, and what we want to do is we want to make sure that the vegetable portion of it is the strongest portion of it, so that we're really eating mostly plants. I hope that was helpful, and if you want to see the full recipe and some pictures, you can go to Cook with Joy and you can get all of that there. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.